Greetings everyone and welcome to Foundry, a new factory base building game releasing today on Steam, May 2nd, and published by Paradox Interactive. This is a sponsored video and I'd like to show you hands-on gameplay of this very interesting game where you crash land on a planet, build factories and automate them, harvest resources and even pet little robots. You control a robot in first-person mode and build the factory of your dreams in a procedurally generated and infinite voxel world. Don't forget to check out the link in the video description. Let's go! Alright, here we are launching drop pod. Scan for potential landing area. Prepare the robot. That's us. And
welcome, operator.
Here we are,
I'm
already.
Carl, your facility management artificial intelligence. This resource-rich moon has been selected for the Foundry initiative with the goal of converting it into a manufacturing hub. Construction work has already started, and many teams, just like us, have been deployed with their initial assignments. Our task is to establish mining and smelting operations to ensure a steady supply of essential metals. My goal is to assist you in setting up this factory. Let's run a few basic.
So Carl is now basically going to assist us a bit, and let's have a look at the map. There we are, right? We are in this landing location here.
There are several ore patches in the vicinity. Equip your ore scanner from the inventory and use it to locate the ore.
So this is generated every time we start the game, basically. Sometimes you're in a lush green area, sometimes in a desert area like this one here, but I can see a forest back there. Yeah, also it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so a new day is dawning right away. And yeah, we have 2 items only. We are a robot, by the way, and we can also, for example, customize us, right? So there we are. We're unlocking more customization options the further we progress. And in this case here, we can then right now choose the color and also the color of my mining tool, basically, right? And yeah, with that, with a blue robot that we are now, we can go ahead. And the first thing is, of course, we do need to equip our ore scanner. So let's actually equip it in our bar. And this one here we can now use to find ore deposits.
Started, approach both of the ore patches and mine some ore.
And we do have some xenoferrite ore over there and some technum ore over there. And yeah, my goal is now to harvest both of them. In this case, there we have the patches. So we have visible ore that we can see. This is only for the manual harvest, right? And we can actually harvest all of this if I want to. And then we can make room for our first automated mining facility. So this is all voxel, so everything here is customizable, right? We can even dig into the ground and open up these areas there, going underground and stuff like that. The world is your playground, more or less. Alright, having cleared this patch, we actually got a bit more than just the 100 that the mission wants me, but that's okay. And now we need to get over there to the techum, so I think it was... Where's my techum? There it is. Further over there. There's also plants here that we can harvest to give me then some biomass. So we're going to need this. You might already guessed it, for power production as well. There we are. Let's also clear this area once more. With the second area cleared, we can now go back. We do have now quite a bit of ore. And of course, we can now start the basic smelting process in my landing pot. Right, so there we have it, and as you can see, we can here insert it, and also here for the xenoferrite ore, then everything basically that we have. And yeah, this is now being automatically processed then. Energy, I think, is in there with a fusion core. Might also be radioactive, a fission core. And in this case here, we're just going to wait now until we have a few of those plates. After a while, we do have quite a few rods and quite a few plates.
Now that we have basic materials available, we should start crafting building blocks which act as a foundation for other buildings. To do so, you need
and we can do this in my crafting menu.
Click the desired
and yeah, as you can see, we do have some basic tech available right now.
Platform next to one of the ore patches.
And this is 10 building blocks actually each time for the plates and the rods that we just built and crafted. And that was rather quick. And now we can actually place this on top of one of these deposits that we have over there. So we're going to place it next to it because in this case here, there's going to be drones then coming out of this. Let's just see that we can make this right. Probably with, yeah, those. There we have them. The first 12. Right, and we can also drag it down a bit to go also up in the air, right? Or also all the way down then, if we dig it a bit further down.
To automate ore extraction, we need to set up a drone miner. Craft one and place it on top of your foundation right next to the ore patch.
Will do. For this we need more resources, so I can back here to my automated processing of rods and plates already. Insert the next ore that we've already had, and we can now build a drone miner. Let's build one of them. And while this we're building, so we're building this ourselves right now. I can also go ahead and continue with getting me a few more biomass, because we're going to need this for energy production. There you go. Perfect. And then we have everything ready, basically, for a drone miner that we can then place somewhere here. Let's have it over here. We can also already see how many mineable blocks are in the range then. This is a feature I like a lot, because this makes things a bit easier for me to manage them. So we can have probably 2, 3 drone miners here.
Most other buildings require power to function.
And this one needs power now.
Let's build a biomass generator on the same foundation as the drone miner. Once built, you need to harvest some plants and trees with your mining drill to collect biomass.
Already on it.
Insert the biomass
Way
into
ahead
the
of you.
generator, and it will start
Biomass
to power
burner, there we
all
have it.
buildings on the same foundation as the generator.
And this one, once finished, we can then also build on here. And as you already told me, everything that we build on one of these blocks here together, right, is sharing electricity then. So this is actually something we can then use to power every building, more or less, on every object on this platform. And there we have it. I love these menus. And here we can now insert the fuel, which is the bio fuel.
Go watch your mining drones acquire
And
your
with that, we
first
produce now
automated ore.
electricity.
Aren't they beautiful?
And we can see that
Anyways,
we are outputting
we need to
600
get
kilowatt
going.
of power right now.
Let's build a smelter.
And this actually enables this machine here to work now. 4 drones are coming out of it, and they're now mining and harvesting. And there is already my ore coming out. I would like to do the same thing real quick also on the other side with my techno ore. There we have it. Let's take some more rods here, and let's also insert my remaining ore that I have, right? There you go. And here we're doing the same thing basically again. So I'm going to get me some building blocks. Let's make it 3, a miner and a biomass burner. And then we also need smelters. These are going to need then to process them right away. And of course, as always, energy. And with that, we have finished this one too. And yeah, here we can now also insert biomass, and the production of this one has started. Or the mining of this one. Alright, while we're here, we can already build me my smelter as well. Also requires a low voltage grid, so basically the same thing. And yeah, just across it we have then that space available for smelter.
The smelter is more efficient than the inbuilt drop pod smelter, so you should start using this from now on. Another benefit is that we can automate the smelters to make our life easier. For this, you need to connect the drone miner to a smelter by using loaders and conveyor belts.
And we can see them
Please
also
go
down
ahead
here
and connect
already.
them while I'm notifying Mission Command on our progress.
And then we have the conveyor belts.
Communication link establishment failure. Curiously, I find myself unable to make contact with Mission Command. It could be a technical anomaly. I shall persist in my attempts.
You just do that, and we continue with the conveyor belts. How many of these biofuels do we consume? Not a lot, right? So this actually lasts for quite some time. Of course, the more electricity we consume, the faster this goes down. So at some point, we'll need to automate this process too. In the meantime, we can continue with the conveyor belt. And with that, we're now starting the automated output. I think we still need to enable this one here so that we have the already a 116 technum ore in it. And by now it's working, so we have the loaders and the belts, and they're now conveying this one over. This is very short, by the way, so you don't see the belt, even though of course it is there, right? Somewhere in here. But because it's only one loader to the other loader, yeah, you basically have this. Also interesting, we have the mode that we can actually set on these here, right? So we can take the intake and the output right now. And they're also looking a bit different, right? The output is red, the intake is blue. So this makes it a bit easier than to general planning. There is now the ore coming in, and with that the rods outside again, output. So first production automated. And I think we're doing the same thing now on the other side too. The mission actually says we need to build 20 conveyor belts. Alright. We don't need that many though for these basic platforms that we have right now. So I can do the same thing then here. We're going to basically make, let's just see. Yeah, another block here. And then I go ahead and we're just crafting ourselves these again. Should take the ore there with us. And with the resources we should also be able to finish now that mission. Ah, there you go.
You have the machines necessary to connect the drone miner to the smelter. Now, attach a loader to each machine and connect them with conveyor belts. After you are done, you should build more smelters and have them produce enough metal plates and rods to fulfill our mission.
So
Speaking
now we
of
should be
which,
able to see the belt as well.
The control link remains non-responsive. Our objective is near completion and immediate guidance from mission command is required.
There you go. With that, we have automated this too. Actually, we need to have a bit of a platform here so that we can also get up there to the panel. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time doing this. All right, and then we can now pick up the plates that are always coming out of this. We actually need to place 4 smelters because, as you can see, yeah, there's more ore being produced than we can actually smelt. By now, also, the first night is coming to an end as the moon is going down. Pretty big moon, by the way. Guess it's very close to us. There's another huge planet over there. Also, we're very close to this. I guess we might be a moon of this planet, depending on the size. And a huge mountain. And, oh, look at that. A massive spaceship that seems to be destructed, though. Partly, at least. Partially. We'll see. Let's go ahead and build us those 2 smelters. For this, we do need a bit more foundation now. So I'm going ahead. Going to build us a few more plates than here. That we have a bit more space. And, yeah. We don't have a splitter yet, as far as I know. So we can have then 2 inputs here, of course, for those 2 smelters. Alright, so let's build us the second smelter then here as well. It's going to have its panel looking outside though, right? The same goes with this one. They're looking outside then because we don't need to have the panel there. So we can easily just remove this one again, right? And get us that smelter then looking to the outside. There you go. There we have it. And yeah, let's build us the second one just here. The second loader. And then a second loader here. In the middle, we do have then just those conveyor belts. With the inbound take, of course. And even that is not enough, right? So this one actually needs even more than just that. How's it looking with the electricity? Well, we're consuming 1/3 of what's possible right now with this one, right? So, yeah. And there we have then our output. Just like that, conveniently, we can pick it up. Perfect.
We have completed our initial mission of setting up a smelter.
And with that, we have now the second smelter.
At this point, we should have received further instructions, but something is blocking our communications. I think we'll have to improvise. My archives contain a blueprint for a research server. Through material analysis, I should be able to provide an emergency beacon blueprint. Let's get going and build a research server.
And a research server it is. Perfect. And now we can also take us the plates here. Let's actually make this one a bit elevated too. So we have an easier time getting up there once more. To collect the rods. 2 rod productions now automated and 2 plate productions. Research it is on a foundation. Also somewhere in the center then probably. And I'm probably going to need a bit more biofuel. So probably somewhere in the center. Unfortunately I cannot fly right now. This would make building of course way easier. go ahead and build this one here. We're going to need another biofuel reactor for this one. I've already built one that we're going to have then somewhere over there, the edge of it. And then we have it there, the research server. The first one already requires 200 kilowatts of power, so we could have probably up to 3 of these guys here for just one. And yeah, they're also having their own input, right? Let's actually have it so they look to the center there. There you go.
To advance in research, you will need to build science packs. Craft a few by hand and insert them into the research server.
And there's the science packs that we have them, and they need machinery parts and technum rods, right? We can craft a few ourselves right now. And yeah, this is probably going to be my first automation then for the science here. Technum rods we already have. The machinery parts we don't have yet. So this is something I will need to automate then. There it is, right? And this can be made in an assembler. Now we can go into the research, and there we have it. The emergency beacon would be my first tag. And yeah, this also unlocks now the research tree, and holy cow, there you can go. It's a lot of tag that you can go all the way down here to the slag reprocessing, the blast furnaces, and the pumps that you can have then all the way down here. So I guess there's also fuel, there's the energy cells, chemical processing. Let's start with the emergency beacon. By placing an emergency beacon, we should be able to re-establish communications with mission control. Requires 3 science packs.
We now have the emergency beacon blueprint. Craft it and place it, but not too close to your existing machines. Those rescue parties tend to land right on top of the beacons.
All right. Let's craft us one of these. There it is. Doesn't even cost that much. Electric components. That's something actually we need to get out of the copper that we already get. The wire coils and then the technum rods. But we have plenty of this. There it is. Perfect. And does it need energy? No, it does not. And I think over here we do have a bit of space available. And let's press the button. Could be a button on it. There it is.
Great. Now you might want to take a step back and look up.
And there is the pod coming down.
A real groundbreaker.
It actually,
This
yeah.
corporate command companion
Create a
bureaucrat
crater
bot,
here.
C3BB for short, will help us establish a connection with Mission Command. First, let's help him out of that drop pod by deconstructing and placing it in a safe location.
There it is. Now we can place it again. Oh,
Welcome
look
to
at
the ground,
that.
C3BB. We have activated this emergency beacon because we are having trouble communicating with Mission Command. Critical damage on the Mission Command space station, you say? Spontaneous explosive disassembly. That's extremely troubling. What now? Are we trapped here? That
I love him.
aligns with our disaster contingency protocol. C3BB, initiate a thorough analysis of the incident. We'll integrate your extended blueprint archive with our research servers and construct a self-sufficient manufacturing facility capable of providing emergency aid.
We'll just do that. So we got a pet. That's amazing. And we can interact with him. And he's also got a task for us.
You're right. We need a machine that is able to craft common items. I'm glad you have the blueprint stored. Let's go ahead and research the assembler.
Very good. I already thought we should be doing this. So let's go ahead. Assembler, what does it need? 5 science packs. We do have that though, right? Shouldn't be a big problem here. We are crafting them right now. 5 of them in total. After a short time, we have finished the assembler. And we can now most likely start the production of automated science packs. So let's go ahead and have a look at this. There's the assembler. I'm going to need to build at least, yeah, let's start with 3 of them. We have the resources for this. I'm going to definitely also go ahead with a few more conveyor belts and also building blocks. And loaders will also need a few more. Probably a bit more biomass then as well that we collect on the way. All right. We don't probably need a foundation for everything, but I would still like to go ahead and continue with more foundations because it makes energy transmission, of course, way easier. And yeah, for the next part that we need to automate now, that is the machine parts, right? And this we need the plates for, so it makes sense to have this one right here. So we continue onwards with probably this one. So I would like to have then the machine parts coming out here. First we need to see, of course, how big an assembler is, because I have no idea. And yeah, it's bigger than before, so we definitely need 3 levels here. Together with, once again, then a loader. And let's go ahead and place us a loaders. And also then those conveyor belts. I also continue from the assembler then right away with another platform that goes then over here. Because of course the main goal is to automate that science production early on. And then we're going to make another platform here with those 3. Perfect. And here's then another area for the loaders. With belts. And also on the other side with the building going in. Oh, we could already turn in the quest, I think. And then we have another assembler here, basically. There you go. I wonder if we have enough electricity now available then for all of this. Oh, we need a few more biomass. Oh, I can't wait to automate this. Come on. So in the first assembler, we need to actually configure that we're producing machinery parts. Right, there it is. The plates are coming in. And the machinery parts can then come out here once this is not set to input anymore. There it is. Very good. The surplus we can take ourselves, that we have then on that side here. Alright, and over there is then the assembler, right, where we do have the machine parts that are coming in to produce us the science packs. For this, however, we also need the technum rods then. So here we need to have another input, and you might have guessed it already. This is then where the other assembler is coming in. For now, we could, for example, if we already want to start, put this one here to output. There's the machine parts. And machine parts should be coming in now. And I'm also manually going to put in the rods for now, right? So here, now we have the pack production already started. It's going to take a while. So I'm probably going to need a few assemblers then here. And last but not least, you might have guessed it already, we're going to need some additional loaders. Oh, I have plenty of belts. I think the belts actually, for those we don't need a foundation per se. So I think this will be fine, that we make the connection here. And then it goes then up here to this one. So let's see how the game handles elevation in this area. So here's the output then, right? And here's the input to the science center. And here we're going to need to have some elevation. And for this we can actually build a ramp. Love it! Perfect. There you go. And let's set this to output. There's my science packs. Holy cow. And they're coming in here. And with that, we can continue now with the researching of my next tier. Fully automated and almost like the character improvement that gives me another 5 inventory slots. And let's go back to my little beep beep.
Great.
And turn in the quest.
The assembler will serve as the foundation for mass producing the most commonly required items. Gone are the days of handcrafting.
I hope so.
C3BB has been able to establish a limited connection to the space station and will try to extract useful information. Meanwhile, we should focus on scaling up. Right. For more advanced research, we need to increase our material science knowledge. Our goal should be to develop a more advanced science pack. But don't underestimate the worth of the other blueprints.
I'm not.
Early analysis indicates that mission control has already been gone for quite some time, so I don't think we're in a rush.
And here we are making the connection. I think this one we need to get rid of. We can actually walk on these belts. That's pretty cool. Right. This one actually needs to be a perf. Come on, you can do this. There you go. And with that, we have the belt. That goes then here. Oops, there we have a small discrepancy. So I think we just will need to delete it then again. And we can build it then here again. There you go. Right. Very nice. So now we can actually make the loader on the other side. Activate it. We'll put it to output actually. There it is. And there's the rods now coming out. Hooray! What a milestone. The rods are coming out, and the rods are now going all the way here. Actually a pretty long belt, but it was rather easy and quick to build because belts are super cheap. And by now we are basically have automated most of it. And here of course then is the input, right? There you go. And with that, also the rods are coming in. So now rods and machine parts, both automatic. And now we have a fully automated science production. We have at this point also researched the inventory space. So I can go ahead now and start the next tech then. Character improvement, there it is already, right? Now we can go for a better mining drill. I hope the sign pack lasts us for a while, because now we have finally automated this and this makes it things a bit easier. There we have basic infrastructure, logistics container opens up then a whole bunch of new areas, plus also the burner generator, and this hopefully then also an automated research. So there's the packs coming in now, and the research has already started. Hooray! Loving this one. I hope you do too. Foundry, available on May 2 on Steam. And if you're interested in this game, don't forget to check out the link in the video description. Stay tuned!